Thank you all for joining us today. I'm really excited to talk with everyone that is here about all things Google Business Profile. We've done a lot of research and there's been a lot of updates that have come out over the past couple of months regarding this product of Google. So we're really excited to just share some wisdom with you all and help to educate you all as you navigate Google Business Profile and use it to help discover any of your untapped leads that you have. So we're going to go ahead and get started now. We got a bunch of people over here, which I'm super excited about. So to everyone that is new here, my name is Michael Craddock. I am the content marketing manager here at Signpost. I've been at the company for a little under a year now. A lot of my background lies within content marketing, social media, and SEO, which is also referred to as search engine optimization. So a lot of what we're going to be talking about today is just from things that I've learned in my time here at the company, as well as just from being able to kind of dive in deep with Google's product and whatnot. So I've done a lot of work with various local businesses across the country, spanning from, your local mom and pop shop all the way to big local companies or big nationwide companies. So I'm really excited to talk to everyone today. So let's go ahead and dive into today's agenda. And just as a reminder for today, we will be recording this webinar and we will be sending it out at the end of the webinar, as well as the slide deck as well too. So you can use that to refer to any of the slides that we talk about today. So if you have any questions, feel free to refer back to that. And I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and dive in. So first up, we'll be talking about, what Google Business Profile is, how to use it, and the different features that are associated with it. We'll then dive into how you can build and optimize your listing from the ground up. So if you're not even sure that if you have a Google Business Profile or don't really know what it is, we're going to help to educate you on all of that and help provide some tips and tricks to make sure that you have the best listing possible for your audience. We'll then dive into spotting a stellar profile. So this is going to be a lot of examples of showing you, some do's and don'ts and things like that. And then finally, we'll talk about how you can utilize Google's messaging tools to help you generate more leads. This is something that is brand new from Google over the past year. So I really want to be able to educate you all on this so you can utilize it and help to just, grow your business and get more customers. So what is Google Business Profile? Well, it's essentially Google's term for your Google business listing. This is essentially a condensed version of your website. It's essentially a virtual storefront for your business. So this is going to be located on Google Maps, as well as any local search results on, a regular, ordinary Google search. And there might be some confusion with what Google Business Profile is. Google used to call it Google My Business, but over the past year, they have evolved the product to now call it Google Business Profile. So in terms of locating these different profiles and just figuring out, what they look like, where they are, we're going to go through some different screenshots to show you where it is located whenever you are online. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see a screenshot that basically shows the results for a Google search result of computer repair. So you'll see at the top right here, this is a Google ad. So this is where someone can pay money to advertise on Google to have their business or their company be at the very top of the page. But in this red box right here, this is actually the business profile. So as you can see, it's a very condensed version of your storefront or of your company that provides things like reviews, your name of your company, your phone number, your hours, and other things like directions, your website, and being able to schedule appointments and whatnot. So this is going to be located on the first page of Google This is really what we call the local 3-pack, which it obviously refers to the 3-pack of the top 3 companies in your area. And then below, when you look on the right-hand side of the screen, this result right here, this is just a regular, ordinary, organic search result. So what we're going to be focusing on today is all of the stuff that's in the red box, these business profiles. So now I want to also explain where you can also find it, which is also going to be on Google Maps. You'll see right here on the screen, if you type in, for example, the phrase boutiques near me in our area, these results on the left-hand side, these are also Google business profiles. As you can see right here, we expanded one of them, and it provides a lot of essential information for anyone that is wanting to inquire more about your business. So it provides your reviews, how many reviews, the category of your business, a description, and other things like your address, phone number, photos, etc. Here's another example of if a customer were to look up a particular business in a city. So for this example, we have Gold's Gym right here in Laval. So whenever a customer searches a company, a Google business profile, which is highlighted here in this red box, is what will display as a representation of the business. So it's a condensed version, like we said, that highlights all of the important information that anyone would use. And I guarantee almost everyone here has definitely encountered this, over the past couple of years. If you're looking for somewhere to eat, looking to maybe get some electrical work done on your house or anything like that. So Google Business Profiles are a great tool for any company under any industry to be able to provide a condensed version of their website to their audience. So now I want to provide a quick tutorial for everyone of how you can find your own company's business profile. We've created a series of tutorials over on our YouTube page, which you can also check out after this webinar, that help to give just some helpful tips to navigate your business profile and helping to optimize it and make it the best that it possibly can be. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video now. It's a little over a minute long, but it provides some great information on different ways you can find your profile on regular search, onto different Google Maps and things like that. To locate your Google Business Profile, you first need to be logged into the Gmail account that is associated with your listing. Once you've successfully done that, you can then find your listing one of 4 ways. The first way is to go onto Google and type in the name of your company and hit search. Once you've done that, you can then see on the first page a rectangular box that displays your listing name and allows you to then access your listing by clicking the View Profile button. The second way to find your listing is to type in the phrase My Business into Google and hit search. Once you've done that, you'll then find the same box that allows you to then access your listing. The third way to locate your listing is to go onto Google and go to the top right-hand corner where there is an icon that displays Google's apps. Click that button. You'll then find a business profile icon, which you can then click to access your listing. And then finally, the fourth way you can find your listing on Google is to go to the same area we were before, Google's apps, and look for the Maps icon. Once you locate that, you'll click Maps, and then you will type in your company's name as well as the city and state that it is located in. So in this case, Signpost is located in New York, New York. So we would hit search, where you will then be brought directly to your listing, where you can then manage your profile by clicking the Manage Your Business Profile icon. So as you can see here, there are a variety of different ways that you can find your listing online. And a lot of the common questions that I hear from companies or business owners, across the US is, I just don't know if I even have a listing to begin with. I'm not super tech savvy. So you can rest assured that we'll dive into that a little bit later, but I do want to talk about the importances of why you want to use this business profile to your company's advantage. So like we said before, this is really a great tool for you to highlight your business to any potential customer. Like a lot of us out there, whether we're on Amazon or if we're looking for a place to eat, we want to be able to find something that truly encapsulates and highlights what we're looking for. Also, alongside of this, when it comes to why using your business profile is important, is that it really does help to improve anything for SEO results, which is also called search engine optimization. As we all know, Google is the top website that everyone goes to, but what a lot of people forget to remember is that Google is essentially a referral business. So they want to promote the best companies that are out there for their audience. So people keep coming back to Google to, search for things and use their service. So they want to be able to provide the best possible companies out there. So by utilizing a Google product, it's going to help boost your SEO results in the long run. It's also a great way to engage with your leads and your customers. There are different chat features and question and answer features that can really help to provide a way and an outlet for your company to engage with your audience and help provide clarification, answer any questions, things like that. And not to mention, this is a really great tool to help you gain insights about your audience. If you keep getting questions about a certain service, or if you are monitoring your reviews, which are listed in your business profile, and you see a recurring trend, it's a great way for you to learn and grow as a company, which we all want to strive to do. And at the end of the day, it's really an avenue to attract more leads so they can learn about your business. So now I want to dive into some of the stats that really help to drive that importance of the Google business profile in today's society. So from our research, we have found that 64% of customers use the phone number feature in Google business profile panels to reach out to local companies. I know from my past experience, I have used this feature a lot in my time. You want to be able to provide that quick, centralized piece of information from your profile that is correct, where people can reach out to you if they have an urgent need or something. Imagine if you are a homeowner and you recently had an issue with electrical or with plumbing, and you need someone to be able to answer the phone quickly. Being able to have your business be at the top of Google in that local 3-pack with the correct information provided is going to help to get your customers invested and really drive that point home across to them. Another important stat that I want to talk about is 72% of local searchers visited a business within 5 miles. So this is really, really huge. When you think of if you're a company that has a lot of competition, or if you're in a big metropolitan area, you might be experiencing a lot of, high demand or high search volume for a service or a product that you offer. So it's really important to be present with your business profile. That way you provide an avenue for them to find you, to do a little bit of research on you, and then connect with you. Also, in fact, the number of searches containing the phrase "near me" has increased more than 200% over the last 2 years. So this relates a lot to the previous stat that I just talked about, where people are looking for a business or a service that is within close proximity to them. This is the important feature about the Google business profiles, is that if you are looking for a company that is close to you, you want to be present and active online and provide the best foot forward for your audience. That way you can facilitate that engagement to get people to click onto your listing and give you a call or schedule an appointment. Another really interesting fact that we learned is listings with photos are twice as likely to appear more reputable than listings without photos. And I think that this stat is pretty self-explanatory, but when you think about it and you put yourself in the footsteps of your audience or any customers that you might have, if they're looking for a service that might be, rather costly, such as remodeling, they're going to want to see pictures of your work. They want to see a visual representation of the business that you do. That way they can feel more confident and more comfortable putting down a lot of money to get a service provided to them. And Complete business profiles are 7 times more likely to get clicks than those that are left unfinished. I know I can speak for a lot of us here, I'm sure. Whenever we are wanting to research a company online, we want to make sure that we feel confident when we go to send them a message or give them a call, knowing that all the information is reputable, is correct, and seems credible to a degree. So if you're curious about, wanting to, take that step and create your business profile, here is what you would need to do. So a lot of the times, 9 times out of 10, your business most likely already has a business profile created because Google is scanning information across multiple websites. And a lot of the times they will go ahead and auto-generate a listing for your company without you even knowing. So there's a really helpful tool with Google support site where you're able to basically go there and you can basically find all the information related to your business. So what you would need to do is you would go to this website, which we have hyperlinked here, and you would enter in the name of your business. You may be able, once you go further into the process, be able to select your business from a list of suggested businesses. Sometimes what happens is that someone else has already verified the business, whether it was a past employee or a different team member that is no longer on your team. So you're able to request ownership of that business profile. But I do want to advise everyone here, if you're wanting to go ahead and dive in deep with your business profile, we strongly advise that you check in with your team to see if anyone has access. So this is going to be through an email address associated with the account. Oftentimes, I see that someone asks, Michael, I see that we have a listing here, but I don't have access to it. Nobody on my team does. So it's perfectly okay to go ahead and request ownership of that profile. It normally takes a little under a week to get it all verified, but it's a pretty straightforward process. But make sure that you do check in with your team to see if anyone else does have access, because I also have heard stories over the time where one person, is freaking out about being able to find their or being able to get ownership of their listing when someone else on their team already has access to it. So you can kind of have a crisis averted situation. And once you do receive the access, we can then start to build your listing and optimize it. So now that we have been able to get to the point of verifying our listing and being able to, have full access and dive around deep, let's talk about optimizing it and the important features that you want to take advantage of and include. So right here, we provided an example from our company's business profile. So I want to talk about, over the next 2 slides, the really important features that need to be updated, correct, and included. So first and foremost, your company name. You want to make sure that this company name is correct when it comes to your website, making sure that it matches what's on your social media accounts, and any other directory listings that you might have out there, such as Yelp, Yext, etc. Make sure that you have your address listed. And sometimes too, if you are a company that doesn't have an actual storefront for companies to visit, you can hide that from your account. Also, it's super, super imperative that you cross-reference and make sure that your phone number is up to date. I've heard many stories in my time where an old phone number was being used in a business profile, and people were complaining about not being able to get any phone calls. So when in doubt, make sure that your name, address, and phone number are 100% correct and match everything across the board. Next, that is super important, is your business category. So as you can see right here, we have our name, we have our address, we have our phone number, and we also have our category listed here. Since we are a software company, we provide that to our audience to give them that understanding of what we do and kind of how we operate. The beauty of Google is they have categories for virtually anything. And if you are a business such as a home services business that you provide multiple types of services, whether it be HVAC, electrical work, plumbing, etc., you're able to provide additional categories, which will help Google understand that you provide a variety of different services. So if someone is looking for HVAC work and plumbing work, for instance, you're able to give your audience that information upfront and populate on Google for that. Also recommend including your hours of operation too. This can help just to ultimately give your audience that clarity of knowing when they should expect either a call back or for you to answer the phone. And then also, arguably, one of the most important things are photos. This is really, really important, especially for anyone that is doing work that, might be more costly or is, a certain niche type of service. People are going to look at those photos and they're going to make an impression of your business. It's important to include as many photos as possible. That way you're able to provide a great holistic image of your company. So if someone is wanting to do remodeling work, for instance, they can see past work and feel more confident selecting you as someone that they would like to do business with. Some more important features that we'd also like to talk about or include are videos. This is super important if you are a company that, like I said before, with remodeling, you want to show videos of your work. If you have a super big project that you're proud of and you want to show your audience, go ahead and feel free to include it in there. It's never going to hurt you. Oftentimes in today's society, we are a very video-driven culture. So videos are a great way to provide just more information for your audience to digest and learn about your company from. Also include your website link. So if a customer is wanting to learn more about your company, you can provide them that resource to learn more about what you do and everything like that. Also include an appointment link. This is super great if you're a company that is doing, on-site appointments for your customers. This is really a great resource for you to utilize to provide your audience a quick way for them to get in touch with you and really learn how they can, kind of skip all of the work of having to call you and just go ahead and scheduling an appointment right then and there. Also, reviews. Those are super important. I know that a lot of us have probably heard on today's call that reviews are a very important part of doing business and helping to attract new audiences. I always like to remind business owners of the customer or the prospect themselves. They're doing research because they want to pick the best business that fits with them and their needs. So reviews are a really important part of the entire Google Business Profile process when it comes to providing a great reputation of your company. And then finally, there's also Google messaging. This is something that I think is really, really exciting to talk about later on today, because this is really one of the key tools that Google has released recently that can help you tap into those leads that are wanting to do business with you and do so in a way that is quick, efficient, and really just helps to save people time and prevent them from going to competitors. So now I want to provide an example to you all of just different Google Business Profiles. So on the left-hand side here, you'll see the unoptimized listing. And on the right-hand side, you'll see a fully complete and optimized listing. As you can see on the left-hand side with Carl's Electric, they're missing a lot of information, such as their hours, their website, photos, reviews, etc. And then on the right-hand side, we have Ernie's Electric, which has an abundance of photos. It has their website. It's got an amazing amount of reviews and a great star rating. It also includes a description of their company, along with hours, their phone number, and even questions and answers. So I can imagine that everyone here would agree that we'd want to pick the Ernie's Electric option if you wanted to get electrical work done. So now I want to dive in a little bit deeper to the messaging tool that Google provides for their audience. So this is a tool that allows any type of prospect or customer to directly message the business. And it's important to have this chat feature turned on because it is usually not turned on automatically for businesses. So it is something that you do have to go in and manually update yourself. But it's a great way for you to not only get verified or get notified of messages that are coming in, but it also helps you to ask questions, tell your story, and you can even share photos in there too. And one of the most important things about this messaging tool is that it's important to try and this is something that should be across the board, regardless of it being a Google product or not. But this is just more so for business, is do your best to respond within 12 hours of receiving any message. If there's a customer that has an emergency service that needs to get completed, they are looking for the most reliable and the quickest person that is going to respond to them. So by being able to respond quickly, it's really going to help prevent that potential customer from going to a competitor or going to somebody else altogether. So with this messaging tool, you might be wondering, well, where is it located? How do I find it? Don't worry, I've got you. So right here, you can see this is basically this is what you would find. So we're using Signpost as an example here. This is what you would see as a regular Google Business Profile panel dashboard. So you can see that there's a variety of different icons listed here on the screen. We're going to be referring to the messages icon here. So it is located with this little message bubble. And this is an example of what the screen will look like once you click into there. So it's really a panel that provides a variety of different messages that you might receive on the left-hand side, and then displays your chat feature for your customers and for you to interact with them online. So you want to make sure that you turn on your chat feature, varying from company to company, depending on how comfortable you are feeling with it. But we recommend sending read receipts because it just really helps to let your customers know that you have acknowledged their message and provides that assurance and that you are going to get back to them. I know a lot of the times, if we're messaging someone online, whether it's like a web chat tool or whatnot, you want to make sure that that person is seeing your message. So providing those read receipts are a great way to provide just another layer of assurance for your audience. We also really recommend including a welcome message. So this can be anything from as simple as, "Hi, how can I help you today?" They have a character limit of 120 characters. So recommend, keep it short, sweet, nothing too long. Anything like this can be just fine. And then also including things such as FAQs. So this can be anything from a question about prices, about your service offerings. It's really a great way for you to create, automatic responses for commonly asked questions that your business might receive. So we've shown some examples and screenshots of what the overall view of, what the platform looks like. But I want to show you guys a tutorial that just shows you how you would go button to button, clicking around in the platform to be able to read and then reply to messages from your business profile. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video now for you all right now. If you're looking to read or reply to any messages that come into your Google Business Profile, you want to make sure that you are logged in with the email associated with your listing. From there, once you are on the main Google Business Profile dashboard, you'll want to go to the messages icon and click there. This is the place where you're able to read every message and reply to every message accordingly. But before you can receive any messages or respond to them, you want to make sure that your chat feature is turned on. If this feature is not turned on, you will not be able to receive any messages into your Google Business Profile. So in order to turn this on, you will click the Turn On Chat button in the top right-hand corner. And if you want to customize this experience even further, you can go to the top right-hand corner where the three dots icon is and click the Chat Settings. Here, you can add read receipts, a welcome message, and even FAQs to your business. From there, once this is all complete, you can then go back to messages and you can access any message accordingly and respond. It is important to note that whenever you do receive a message from a customer or a prospect, that you respond within 24 hours of receiving that message. That way you don't get any penalties from Google. One other thing that's important to note, if you want to receive any notifications for whenever you get a new message, what you will do is you will go to the top middle button with the 3 dots icon, and you will click the notifications tab. Here, you can input a phone number that you can receive text messages or SMS notifications whenever a customer sends you a message. We also recommend turning on the toggle feature for customer messages. That way you can get alerted whenever you do get a message, and for the questions and answers section as well too. So as you can see here, those are a variety of different ways that you can customize the different features that we just talked about in the previous slides to make sure that you have the chat feature turned on for your business so you can go ahead and start receiving messages and then respond and reply accordingly. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. So why is this important? You know, businesses that respond to inquiries within even an hour are 7 times more likely to connect with decision makers. So anyone that is responsible for, paying that bill, making that payment to that company. Quickness to respond is becoming more and more of a priority for businesses across the country and across the world, because we live in a society where we have so many different options at our disposal. And so by being able to respond quickly and efficiently to your audience, you're able to keep that lead engaged with your company so they don't go to a competitor or somebody else if they don't hear back from you, within an hour or a couple of hours or even a couple of days. So now I want to talk about one of our really exciting features that we have, which is called Google Instant Response. So this is a really exciting tool because if a company is looking to, let's say if someone wants to look for a plumbing company near me, they would go onto Google and search and then select a listing that they see fit. And then let's say that they want to go ahead and chat with that business. But a lot of times, if someone reaches out to your company, you might be busy, you might be on a job site, might be at an appointment, whatever it may be, we're not always available to, respond right away. And so one of the beauties of Signposts is that we offer a feature that is called Google Instant Response that basically helps to provide an instant message whenever someone is messaging your company. So as you can see in this video right here, we have an example of if someone were to ask a plumbing company, "Hi, can you help with water line repairs?" You're able to send an instant message to that new lead or to that customer that helps to keep them engaged with your business and provide them information that they might need in a time of need. So it's really a great tool for your business if you have a lot of people that are out of the office from time to time and can't be on their phones or monitoring a desktop all of the time. So again, it's a great tool if you're looking to help manage that amount of leads that are coming in and you don't want to let them go to waste. All right. So one other thing that I do want to talk about too with our instant response feature that we have is it's a great way for you to be able to communicate with everyone in a centralized inbox. We have other integrations with platforms like Facebook Messenger, with Instagram, Thumbtack, Home Advisor. So you're able to see all of your messages in one centralized place. That way you don't have to go across 20 different tabs trying to locate, where did I last message this person at? I forgot where it was. You can access all of that right here. And what's great about this tool is with Google and their messaging product is that if you do not respond within that 12-hour mark, you will be penalized, which can ultimately result in you having that option being removed from your listing. So again, this is imperative because Google wants to have companies at the forefront of their results pages that actively use their products. So if a company has this feature turned on and they're not using it correctly, they will revoke that privilege from that company. So you want to be able to utilize every feature to the fullest extent. That way you are able to attract as many leads as possible and secure them in the door without having them go to a competitor. I want to provide some other just final tips for success as it relates to Google Business Profiles as a whole. I always recommend designating one person from your team to manage the Google Business Profile. So this could be anyone, if you have a smaller team, maybe it's a receptionist, or maybe it's just picking one person to help manage all things related to it, whether it be responding to reviews, responding to messages, being able to add photos, etc. We also recommend that you create a Google Business Profile for every single physical location that you have. So if you are someone in a larger metropolitan area that has multiple locations of a business, maybe it's on the north side of town and then one on the south side of town, it's important to create a listing for every single location. Because ultimately, for searchers that might be in a different mile radius from others, if you have a customer that is looking for services, maybe in the south side of town where your branch location is, it's a way for you to get found online easier. So we recommend always creating as many as possible for all of the physical locations that you do have. We also recommend adding any photos that you can at least once a week, if possible. It doesn't have to be 20 photos. It can just be one photo. But remember, like we said earlier, the more we can provide our audience up front, the more information that we can give them, the more it will help to convince them earlier on down the road that your business is reputable, credible, and does excellent work. And it's always important to monitor your messages, your reviews, and any questions that you receive into your business, and to always be quick to respond with at least 12 hours. So now we're going to dive into some of the questions that we have received during the entirety of today's presentation. But before we do that, I do want to let everyone know that we are running a special offer right now for Signpost. So if you're interested in wanting to get a free demo or just to learn more about some of the other products that our company offers, such as things like review generation, reputation monitoring, and even live receptionists, feel free to go ahead and scan the QR code that is listed on the screen here, where one of our team members, one of our product analysts can help to give you some more information. So again, totally free, no worries at all. But that resource is there for you if you are interested in learning more. So thank you all for sitting through that and listening. I'm going to go ahead now and read through some of the questions that we have. So let's go ahead and dive into that. Okay, let's see. So we have a question here from Tiana that asks, can you clarify exactly what Signpost is and what it's used for? So Signpost is a software solution that really helps any type of local business within the US to help manage responding to leads in a way that helps secure more business down the road. We offer different products such as Live Receptionist, which is a call center product that can help to provide a way for if your company is busy and isn't able to pick up the phones right away, we have Live Receptionists that can step in and answer during those busy times. Or if you want to, take off time during the weekend or during the holidays that are coming up, for instance, you can, have that rest assured knowing that calls will still get answered and screened in a way that helps you take the stress and be able to live life a little bit more. We also have different review products that can help to give your company a way to get more reviews into your business. So we offer things like SMS and email campaigns where you can easily plug in your customer base and then send mass messages to your audience, to past customers, for example, to get more reviews to your Google listing. We also have other features too, like web chat tools and things like that. So if you're interested in learning more, highly recommend you to go ahead and schedule a demo with us. If you're just curious about learning more, but yeah, hopefully that helps answer your question, Tiana. What if you do not know which Gmail is associated with your listing? So again, this is a great question. There is no stress if you do not know the Gmail associated with your listing. You're able to go to the support site of Google and type in your business's information. There will pop you, like we said earlier, a listing that is your company's, and you're able to request ownership access of that listing. So if it's like a past employee or just maybe a random person that has it, you're able to request ownership of that and get it back in your hands. But just make sure once you do get ownership access of it, that you do keep notes somewhere of, your login information. That way you don't lose it down the road. So hopefully that helps to answer your question. Let's see. We have a question here from Mark that says, I don't have a physical address. Do I need one to rank on the first page? Google does not like PO boxes like the UPS store. If I don't get a physical address, is this going to hurt me? So in short, no, it will not hurt you. Google has different options where if you aren't a company that has a storefront for businesses to visit, you're able to still provide a mailing, like a valid mailing address, where you can get a different verification authenticity way to get that listing. Let's see. Another question that we have here from Connor asks, what is the best way to increase the number of reviews? I have a hard time getting clients to leave reviews. I know I personally am not motivated to leave a positive review, but I wouldn't hesitate to leave a bad review, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is a great point, or a great question, sorry. This is a great question because a lot of the times there's a lack of knowledge when it comes to different resources that you might be able to have to leave reviews. So one of the best things that I recommend for any business owner when it comes to increasing the number of reviews is not only making sure that you're obviously providing excellent work, but it never hurts if you're on a job site or if you're a store, for instance, to go ahead and ask to leave a review with your customer if you know that that was a positive experience with them. You can include store signage. There's also a great tool that Google has, and we have it's in our list of tutorials on our YouTube channel, where there is a link that you can be provided from Google that you can easily send to your customer base. So this is basically a link that Google provides for you where you can send it in text, email, and social media. So when in doubt, the best way to increase number of reviews is as much outreach as possible, as close to the service or services being provided, because that's going to be the freshest in your customer's head. They're going to have the most memorable reminder of who your business is. So we do have different features like email and text campaigns that you can automate. That way you can provide quick emails after a job is complete. Let's see, we have another question here. When I have a prospective client click on my call button on my Google page, it generates a random number and not my business number. Google says that they have to do this so they can track my traffic. This is very confusing to the prospective client. Is there any way around this feature? So this is a question that I don't want to give you an incorrect answer. I'm not 100% certain about this instance. I know that Google does provide different phone numbers that customers can call. So I would recommend visiting the support page and looking for a detailed answer maybe around this. They do have a support hotline that I that I know you're able to reference and hopefully answer your question there. Emily asks, how can my company become #1 when searching for chimney, gutter, and roofing needs in my area? This is a great question. So a lot of it comes down to first with your website. So you want to make sure that you have correct content on your website that accurately displays all the different services that you provide. Also, reviews are a huge thing because when it comes down to it, a lot of customers are going to be referencing those reviews or just to see how your products or how your services are. I know for a lot of different types of service-based companies, people are checking out reviews, especially recent ones, when it comes to doing business with a company, because they want to make sure that that business is credible and reputable and has happy customers. So definitely recommend making sure that your website is fully up to date and includes as much information as possible about your services, as well as prioritizing getting reviews to your business. And like we said earlier, going ahead and starting with your Google Business Profile is a great way to go ahead and make those steps to become #1 in your area for chimney, gutter, and roofing needs. Let's see. Mark asks, can I link my Google profile to other sites, paste to my website, Facebook, or signature in my email? The answer is yes, you definitely can, Mark. And we have a tutorial on our YouTube page, which I definitely recommend you should check out. But we have, or Google provides a review link or a link to your listing, which you can easily copy and paste into, a Facebook post, into websites and signatures as well too. So definitely super user-friendly and would definitely recommend doing that. So we will be in touch with you all tomorrow. So thank you all and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.